Today's email contest is brought to you by Anything Wireless. Dear Jim, I want to thank you for the outstanding interview with Tulane's head coach, Chris Selfo. I live in New Orleans. We've been going through quite a bit and continue to do so, but we also try to live as normal a life as we can. My parents and both of my sisters lost everything. I was spared, so we all lived in my 2-bedroom apartment with my wife and son until February of this year. Listening to your show takes my mind off of things just for a few hours a day, but I cannot stress how much of a break it is to us here. Just want to thank you for the great interviews and not forgetting about us down here. War the Gulf Coast recovery. Absolutely. It's a good email. Thank you. Here's another Viking haiku. Dear Jim, Smith in a stairwell? At least it wasn't a boat. On Minnetonka. Yours, Childress. Yours, Childress. Ben in Jacktown. Dear Jim, they had to have sex in the stairwell because I was in the broom closet. Signed Boris Becker. Wow. Dear Jim, sex in a stairwell. Don't these people have any standards? Couldn't they find a nice broom closet? Signed Boris Becker. War turkey basters, war the losers at stucknot.com. Chris in H-Town. Dear Jim, I'll be fine. I just need to do some shirtless tanning in Central Park and then get a manicure, pedicure, and some new Jordache jeans. Yours, A-Rod. Wow. That's great. Now that guy dropped a Jordache jean blast on A-Rod, you know that's going to work its way in, along with the purple lipstick and the purse and everything else. Jordache jeans. All right, so the winner is... Well, there's not going to be a winner until I decide at the end of the program who gets the Slingbox.
We're all pretty sick and tired up here. I'm a big-time Vikings fan. I bleed purple, but these guys are sickening.
These guys are sickening is a pretty good take. Good enough to get the huge call, but not good enough for the Slingbox. That is going to go to the emailer who talked about his family having to share a 2-bedroom apartment. He didn't sign his name, but he wins. Our thanks to Heinz Ward. Welcome back. Back to the phones before we wrap this thing. Let's go to Victorville. Teresa, nice to have you on the show. Teresa, how are you?
Hi, Jim. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good, good. I'm just in the grocery store right now when I heard you ask for the best female caller could win a Slingbox. So I gave you a call. And the only smack that I have is to say Chargers rule, Raiders suck. And that's all I got. I'm out. Hope I win a Slingbox. Also, it's my husband's birthday this weekend. That would make a great gift. That's it.
Wow. All right, Teresa, thank you very much. Well, let me think about that for a minute. First of all, it's never too soon to come in with your Chargers rule, Raiders suck, good night now phone call. That's year round. You know, Teresa, to be perfectly honest with you, your smack was somewhat lacking. However, there really isn't anybody else other than the state trooper who stood out today. And frankly, I'm just not going to be a guy who condones diarrhea. I can't get behind it. Since you asked and you came in and it is your old man's birthday, you know, I think I'm just going to give it to you. So I'm a pretty good guy. Teresa wins. Congratulations, Teresa. Huge call today brought to you by PB Blast. Let's go this time to Vic, NoCal. Nice to have you on the show, Vic.
Hey, thanks for the line, man. I got
What's
no
up?
Rocky Dennis smack today. I'm just going to stick to sports.
Good.
First on basketball, man. World Championships, props to Team USA for really coming to play hard this year, man. But I want to talk about the guy who's been the star of the tournament so far, man, Yao Ming. He's looked great out there. You know, back in Houston, Gargamel Van Gundy must be sitting in his lair office just salivating at the possibilities for this season. On to tennis and the U.S. Open, man. I'm really hopped up about it this year, not just for the Agassi story, but most importantly for the great budding rivalry between Federer and Nadal, man. These two guys are making men's tennis matter for the first time since the circuit featured names like Martin, Lamar Davenport, and the raunchy fellow from the barrio. Now those guys had game. On to golf, man. You know Romy Tiger Woods. You know what? I said I was going to stick to sports, so never mind. But that does remind me of something, man. Memo to ESPN. Spelling bee is not a sport. Eating is not a sport, and neither are the International Simon Championships. Please go back to the old days when you showed actual, sports, like bull riding, home run derby, strongman contest featuring Leaf, Oleg, Magnus, Ulf, and Leaf. And my personal favorite show, man, Legends of World Class Championship Wrestling. Damn it, ESPN, give me back my Kerry Von Erich. Finally, man, on to football. New York Football Giants. Saw their backup quarterback, Jared Lorenzen, the other day. Homeboy goes 3 bills, man. That's just insane. Watching that body get squeezed into a football uniform is one of the more unpleasant sights I've seen coming out of New York since Dennis Franz's naked ass. Somebody, anybody in New York, please tell Jared to check himself and mix in some Subway. Well, that's all I got, man. War peace. War Sally Jesse Raphael's short game. War getting a Slingbox for my Katrina surviving disabled niece who has a birthday this weekend. And war college baseball, man. Ping!
You're too much, Vic. That war was war my disabled Katrina surviving birthday having niece. I mean, Vic, are you kidding me about that? I know that you think that certain people play the sympathy card or the birthday card because they're trying to win something, but that does not give you the right to say war my Katrina surviving birthday having disabled niece. Your Rocky Dennis smack was good by comparison. Vic? What the hell? Screw it. Rack him. How about Vic from NoCal resetting Arancha Sanchez Vicario as a raunchy chick from the barrio? Those guys had game? I mean, Vic, that was just so wrong across the board. Rack him. We're going to come back, and I'm going to have to make a decision as to who's going to win the huge call of the day or the huge email of the day and the Slingbox that comes along with it. Tough call. Racked about a half a dozen phone calls. Had some good emails. This is going to be a tough call. We'll see how it plays. Dearest Van Smack, don't you think you've given away enough Slingboxes already? I mean, hasn't this promotion went on long enough? Sincerely, the Planet of the Apes DVDs that you gave away for 2 years. Actually, Damien, I don't think we gave those away for 2 years. Year and a half, 20 months maybe. But whenever you have to go to hyperbole to make your point, it's just not a very good point. Your exaggeration of all things sickens me. Like Vic, with that nonsense about that's the best thing that's happened to men's tennis since Martin Lamar Davenport and that raunchy chick from the barrio, Arancha Sanchez Vicario. I mean, if you think that sort of sophomoric juvenile smack is going to win you anything, Vic, you've got another thing coming to you. Did you not learn your lesson after Rocky Dennis? That was weak. Huge call today is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
First time basketball, man. World Championships. Watching that body get squeezed into a football uniform is one of the more unpleasant sights I've seen coming out of New York since Dennis Franz's naked ass. Somebody, anybody in New York, please tell Jared to check himself and mix in some Subway.
I don't know what it is. Like, Vic's really not funny, but I can't stop laughing. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe he is funny. You know what, my man? You win. The Slingbox is yours, Vic. Travis Rogers produced. Jason Stewart contributed. Alvin DeLauro is the engineer. Out.